Sustainability remains on the agenda. Climate remains on the agenda, by the way, for everybody having input streams in their business coming from agricultural sources have vulnerability. So it is also from that perspective that companies continue to look. They want to take the responsibility. So it's on the agenda. But maybe this year it is also superseded by other issues. We have the different wars. But also what I see, I mean, Friedman had this famous book, The World is Flat. And I think when we look to this week in Davos, maybe we need to say the world isn't flat anymore. Because we see regionalization, we see nationalization even, and that had big impact for companies as well. So that is what we see now. And companies are busy, and that is also on the agenda, with if we see a little bit away from globalization towards regionalization, nationalization, what does that mean for your supply chain? What does that mean for your customers? What does that mean for your financing? So companies have also other issues high on the agenda in this world.
One point of contention was whether there's enough green financing at this stage, and the view by some of those who are right at the forefront of financing saying there's plenty of it around. There's no problem with it. So if the money's there, what is the problem? Is it climate financing policy that's the issue?
Yeah, no, it is. The money is there. That is true. Although I need to say also that in terms of the money streams on climate, it's partly confusing also, and that is what we discussed this week also with many companies. On one hand, we still want to help the citizens and help the fossil industry and help. So we have fossil subsidies. But on the other hand, many jurisdictions put a price on carbon. But on the other hand, we also have stimulants of green investments, etc. So companies say, I found the policies of some governments pretty confusing. It is one direction, the other direction, etc. And that is for companies who like stability and like clarity for their investment, sometimes complicated.
I will leave the green debate just for the moment, because I'll pick. Do you know, this might be my last argument of the week, so I'm going to pick it up with you, Feike, because you know how much I love chatting with you. I went around Eindhoven a few years ago, and I saw what globalisation did to the old Philips. And I saw that despite the fact that it was one of the most innovative companies on the planet post-war, with unbelievable consumer technology and what have you, that actually they couldn't compete because of globalisation on a whole host of products as well. What is wrong in the 21st century of looking after your industry, looking after your young industry, looking after your new industries, when actually the competition and the playing field from certain parts of the world is anything but flat? In fact, it's completely skewed. There you go.
Yeah, it comes from many companies, comes from Philips also. We are not only the low-cost manufacturer, and we don't want to be in that market. So therefore, Philips went more and more into medtech, into high-level products. That means full force on innovation.
But it wanted to be both, Feike. Philips could have been all of those things, but it couldn't compete at the lower end. That's why it had to get out.
Yes, although we manufacture also in China. And we source also from China, where the low cost is. So it's dual. We have our low cost position also. But at the end of the day, companies like Philips would like to make their money with high level, innovative products with higher margins. And there we focus on.
But guess what?